17.
Testing. All right. Thank you, Dad, for that. Let's get this out of the way. First, there's two people I would like to thank before I start. One is Linda Hackett for everything that she's done over the last 6 months. When she called me and emailed me, there was no way I was going to turn down an opportunity to come to Warren and speak, a place that I've been so many times growing up as a child visiting family members. I'd also like to thank United Refinery for their generous donation to my foundation, Fourth and Forever. After watching this video, I noticed the first thing to pop up was bipolar disorder. That's what I have. The last thing that popped up was strong. That's what I am. And that's what anybody with a mental illness is. I can guarantee you that. Anybody with a mental illness is mentally strong. I know from experience. I tell my story in chronological order. One, because it helps me remember. I have a terrible memory. I won't be able to do it otherwise. Two, it will help you follow me along the way. Growing up in New Jersey, I can never forget sitting on my mother's lap in her backyard, probably around the age of 7 or 8 years old. And I was filled with anxiety. I was scared to death about going to sleep at night. Not about the boogeyman, not about my older brother, about going to sleep. Because I couldn't sleep. I would lay in bed and I would toss and turn, and I would turn the clock around because I was too frustrated to see that it was 1 o'clock in the morning and I would start to cry that I hadn't slept yet. I was also known at times as a very irritable child. At times I wasn't. I was moody. I had the nickname the Bear. But I was also your average kid. But around the age of 10 or 12 years old, I started having suicidal thoughts. I can vividly remember looking at my parents' medicine cabinet and seeing all the pills, seeing the rubbing alcohol, the peroxide, and wanting to take them. I had undiagnosed bipolar disorder as a child, which is very, very difficult to diagnose in kids. But these feelings that I had, they weren't coming from outside sources. I was never bullied at school. I had a great family, supportive parents, great brother and sister. I excelled in the classroom most of the time. I was a good athlete. These feelings that I had were coming from within. They were coming from my mental illness. The downs, the lows, the irritation, the things that I lived with, the demons, so to speak, that I lived with. But I was still a normal child playing baseball on the side of the street. These feelings, they weren't consistent. By the time I got to high school, a lot of things changed. I don't know why. A lot of things changed. Suicidal thoughts never entered my mind. I excelled in sports, but I had a lot of pressure that I put on myself in high school. A lot of pressure. Not that my parents put on, or my friends put on me, but I put on myself. As you know, my father, Ed, was a Warren native, first-round draft pick, NFL. 8th pick overall, All-State, All-American at Penn State. Played in the league for 7 years. Of course, that's what I wanted to do. On top of that, I had a brother, Kevin, who was a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal football player. Could have went to 8 schools to play Division I football, Teams like Clemson, Penn State, Michigan State, Virginia. He ended up going to Syracuse and playing in 5 bowl games. I wanted to be just like my brother, too. On top of that, I had a brother-in-law, Drew Haddad, played at the University of Buffalo. He got drafted into the NFL. He played for the Bills, the Colts, and the Chargers. So you can only imagine having these 3 older men above me, all heroes in my eyes, and I had all these demons that I was dealing with. It was hard, but I didn't give up. I battled through a lot of injuries in high school. I didn't give up. I wanted to, but I had a dream of playing in the NFL. I had 2 scholarship offers to 2 teams I never heard of, or 2 schools, I should say, that I never heard of in my life. One was the University of Maine, and the other was Northern Arizona University. 2,000 miles away from home. So I took a trip to Maine, and right off campus was Stephen King's house. I went to Northern Arizona University. I went to NAU, 22 miles, 100 miles away from my support system, away from my family, my friends, everything I was used to. Everything was different where I went, and I struggled. I quickly turned to alcohol. A lot of students, a lot of football players, college kids, they drink, party, social. I drank a Coke. I drank too much. I got in a lot of trouble with the law several times, and I had conduct problems, all stemming from alcohol and my risky behavior. So the night before my first game as a junior, my coaching staff brought in a junior college transfer and put him in front of me. Here I was again. And I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought my football career was over. I called my dad that night, and here I was, a junior, the year you're supposed to blossom. And I called my dad and told him I wanted to quit. But he told me to stick it out. You never know what's going to happen. So I stuck it out. I didn't quit. Next day came, first game of the season, I'm on the bench. Second play of the game, what do you think happens? He got served. So I went in, and I had to prove myself, and I did. That year was the first team all-conference linebacker. I made sure there were never going to put somebody in front of me again. The next year, I was an all-American linebacker, with hopes of getting drafted into the NFL. The draft day came around. I'd like to say it was one of the longest days of my life, but it definitely wasn't. But it was long. 7 rounds went by. I didn't get drafted. Once again, I thought it was over. I was emotional. I tried so hard, I trained so hard to get into the NFL, and I didn't think I made it. And 3 hours after the draft, I got a phone call from the Dallas Cowboys. Not just the NFL, but it was the Dallas Cowboys. They wanted me to come and play for them. They wanted to give me a tryout. So I went, and I did well in my tryout. They brought me back to training camp. And you all know who Bill Parcells is, one of the toughest coaches to ever coach the game. He was going to be my coach. And this is when a lot of my bipolar symptoms started to come out. Anxiety, pressure, sleepless nights, racing thoughts, things that I just thought were me. I didn't know I had an illness. And I went 5 nights without sleeping during training camp. I mean, I'd go on 1 night sometimes, but 5 was unbelievably difficult. I went 5 nights without sleeping before a game. It was agony. I've had a lot of injuries in my life, physical injuries. There's nothing like sleep deprivation, in my opinion. But I ended up making the team. I wouldn't give up. I would sit in the stands between practices. Here I am, a 22-year-old man trying to make an NFL football team, and I would sit there on the phone with my mom and my girlfriend, and I would bawl, and I would cry, because I couldn't take it because of the sleep. because of my illness. But I made it. And I knew I was going to have to cope with this stuff at the NFL for as long as I needed to, as long as I wanted to. But I'd like to tell a little side story. Something that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. Right after I made the team, I was sitting in the steam room on my day off. Place to go in on my day off and watch film and lift and, rehab my body. And an old scout walked in. He was probably 80 years old. He walks in. He says, "Keith O'Neill?" I said, "Yes." He says, "You need $10,000. I said, "Wow. How did I do that?" He said, "Coach Parcells said, if any free agent makes the team, the scout that brought him in gets a $10,000 bonus." I looked at him and said, "Well, you owe me dinner." And I said, "Well, no, honestly, I'm baffled. Like, how did you find me at Northern Arizona University? How did you find me? Like, we're not a hotbed of football. Nobody really knows about that place." He goes, "Well, remember your junior year when you were playing at Sam Houston State and you ran that other player down on a reverse and you didn't give up on the play?" I said, "Yeah, I remember that play." He goes, "That's why you're a Dallas Cowboy, because of that play." He goes, "But the thing is, I wasn't there scouting you. I didn't even know who you were. I was there scouting another player and another team, and I saw you." And I kind of just took a deep breath, and he says, "You never know who's watching you." And he's so right in anything you do, whether it's football, out in society, whatever it is. I learned that wherever you go, someone's watching, for the good or the bad. So I ended up playing there for 2 years. I got cut because I switched to a defensive scheme. And the next day, I was laying in bed with my wife, talking about our future and where we were going, and the phone rang. And I picked up the phone, and it was the Indianapolis Colts. And they said, "Keith, get on a plane tonight. We play the Baltimore Ravens in 4 days, and we need you." So I got on a plane, headed to Indianapolis. That wasn't good for my mental health, let me tell you, at all. And I go 4 nights without sleep again. And I was at the point in my life now, and the point in my career, I would like to say I might have been a little bit more mature, or I knew that I could make it. So I knew I needed help. It's hard to explain. But I said to myself, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to quit the NFL today, or I'm going to ask for help. And my wife drove me to the complex, and she sat in the car and was waiting to see what happened. So I walked in to Coach Tony Dungy's office. I looked him right in the eye and said, "Coach, I haven't slept for 4 days. I've been doing things like this have been going on since I was a little kid. Will you help me? Or can you find someone that can help me?" And what he did then surprised me. It doesn't surprise me now at all because I know Coach Dungy. But he brought me to an office, and he brought in the general manager, who's Bill Polian, who just made the Hall of Fame. He brought in my linebacker coach. He brought in the team trainer. He brought in the team doctor. He even brought my wife in, who was sitting in the car in her pajamas, made her come in. And we sat around the table. And here I was, 25 years old, playing in the NFL, talking to these giants, who I at the time thought, these grown men, that I couldn't sleep. I didn't feel like a man at all that day. But I knew I needed help. And I was going to give up the money, the fame, and playing in the NFL to get help. So they prescribed me some medication. I still have undiagnosed bipolar disorder. They didn't know what it was going on, so they gave me some anxiety meds. And I go home and I missed the game. I missed my first game with the Colts. And it was tough. It was tough. Like I said, I didn't feel like a man, but I knew that there was something going on. So I returned to the team Monday. That was Saturday, I came back Monday, rejuvenated. And I went back to practice. And 2 weeks later, by the way I was playing, so I was playing the best football of my life, I was named a captain. About 8 weeks later, the Colts extended my contract for 2 more years. They gave me a couple $1 million to play for them after what I went through. It just goes to show you what type of organization the Colts is. And it really goes to show you no matter what level it is, wherever you are in your life, that you can ask somebody for help, no matter what. So I ended up playing in the Super Bowl. I'm glad I didn't quit. Played the Super Bowl. I was asymptomatic, which means I had no symptoms of bipolar disorder. I had no anxiety. I felt no pressure. But I did play in the game with 2 broken ribs, a high ankle sprain, a sprained MCL, and bipolar disorder, and we won. We won 29-17 against the Chicago Bears in the pouring rain. And it was the last football game that I ever played in my life. So after winning the game, the big game, I got hurt the next year with the Colts during training camp, and they let me go. And the following season, I got picked up by the New York Giants. Still on dialysis. And I wasn't having it anymore. This time I was for real. I wanted it to be over. I played 5 seasons in the NFL, won a Super Bowl, achieved goals that I never thought I could in my life. And I decided to retire. I was content. That's the perfect word. That's how I felt. A little bit, part of me felt like I was giving up, but I knew deep down what I gave the game. And it was everything. So I retired. I walked away on my own. My wife and I moved back to Buffalo, New York. All the places in the world, we chose Buffalo. And we wanted to start a family. And we bought our dream house. And we got pregnant. And my wife lost a baby early in pregnancy. And this was my trigger. And what a trigger is a common word used in the bipolar community. It's something that triggers you to go into an episode. And for me, this is basically my first big episode that was about to happen. I'm going to explain it to you. I think it's important. Right after the miscarriage, I became very euphoric. I thought everything was great. I was on cloud 9. I was working in medical device sales, and I was working 18 hours a day. I was selling like I never sold before. Things were great. I was very happy, and I should have been grieving the loss of our unborn child. But things got worse. I started spending money. I started speaking really fast. Typical symptoms of bipolar disorder. I went into a jewelry store. Now, I don't wear watches. I never have. They bother me. I walked into a jewelry store, and I bought 2 watches, a Rolex and a tag. Then, I bought my wife 2 pair of diamond earrings, and she was very concerned. But I was like very charming. It's hard to explain. Very charming. I told her, she was like, why are you buying me these diamond earrings? I said, well, they're for our anniversary. And she looks at me and she said, well, last year you took me to Olive Garden. But these symptoms, they quickly changed, these euphoric symptoms, to paranoia, to anxiety, to delusions. I thought that my brain was tapped by an outer being, and my phones and my emails. I thought people were following me. I was scared to death. I didn't know what was going on. I was running around my block in the cold Buffalo snow with my cell phone, throwing it at bushes because I thought they were tapping my phone. eventually, I laid in bed and I started to hallucinate. I was in what we call psychosis. I was losing touch with reality. And this is bipolar disorder, part of it. So obviously we went and got help, and I was diagnosed at the age of 30 with bipolar disorder 1, with psychotic features. And like bipolar, most people kind of know bipolar, you're up here or you're down here. Well, I was up here, and then I fell into depression. For about 6 months, I fell into a very, very deep depression. I don't wish my worst enemy on it to feel like I felt. I slept 16 hours a day, get up at 2, go to bed at 10. I mean, I wouldn't brush my teeth, I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't shower, I had a beard, all that stuff. I was a mess for a while. And then all the medications come in. I took 20 different medications over a year and a half to try and find out what was the right one for me. And then after an overdose of sleeping pills, I couldn't take it anymore, my parents stepped in. And they brought me to a specialist. And I walked in, and he looks at me and he was like, "Can you even believe I know your name? You know your name. With all these medications you're on. I'm going to help you out." And I said, "I hope so." And he did. He got me off all these meds and put me on something that worked for me. It took some time, it wasn't overnight. But for all you out there that know medication in the bipolar world, it put me on lithium, trilactol, and eventually Abilify. And it worked, for the most part. I'm still meeting with new psychiatrists now. I want to adjust them again, right now. It's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. Now, with that said, I'd like to start to conclude. I'd like to say that, you know, if you haven't already dealt with mental illness in your life, either you or a family member or a friend of a friend or a cousin, you probably will. It's very common. We don't talk about it. I love the initiative, let's talk about it. You know, things like if you had a cousin that had cancer, you would support them. You might even shake your head for them. You might run a marathon for them. But there's nobody running marathons for us. And I think that's got to change. I think we need to talk about it. It's very prevalent. Suicides are happening all the time. People need help. With that said, I'd like to end in a quote. It's mental illness is not contagious. You can't catch it from being kind. So let's all be kind to each other. Thanks.